I'm saying? I don't wish it on him. And I love him through it. Whatever he going through, I love him through it. Much criticism as I receive about my son, I would like to shed light on the fact.
It all starts with a quiet moment that should have been peaceful. Just another normal day in the world of T.I., Tiny, and their family. They've dealt with fame, critics, cameras, and headlines. They've been called strong, loud, real, and sometimes messy. They've lived life in public. But nothing could prepare anyone for the emotional storm that recently hit them. And when I say storm, I don't mean gossip or normal drama. I mean something deeper, something that touches family, fear, pain, love, and a fight to survive. Right in the center of it all is King Harris, the son of rap legend T.I., the son of superstar Tiny, the brother of Damani, Zonique, Eris, and the child the world watched grow up on TV. We saw him smile. We saw him joke, we saw him argue, and we saw him try to stand tall like his father. Some people loved him, some judged him, but no matter what, he was always trying to find his place in a world way bigger than most of us could ever imagine.
Kids will be kids, man. You know what I'm saying? I expect that from them. I expect them to do the wrong.
Then suddenly news and whispers started spreading across the internet like wildfire. Whispers that something serious had happened, something no parent should ever face. At first nobody knew what to believe. People hoped it was nothing. People prayed it was just talk. But then emotions from the family started appearing online, and fans could feel something wasn't right. T.I., the man who always stands tall, who always has an answer, who always speaks with strength, suddenly sounded like a father scared for his child. Tiny, the mother who always protects her babies no matter what, suddenly looked like a woman carrying the weight of the world on her chest. You could feel the fear in their voices. You could feel the worry in their eyes. And even without answers, fans everywhere knew this was serious. So many questions, so little clarity. But one thing was certain, this wasn't about fame anymore. This wasn't about music. This wasn't about arguments online or viral clips. This was about life. This was about a family standing in the darkest moment a family can face. People started asking what really happened. Some online sources whispered about danger. Some said King got into something deep. Others claimed it was a personal battle, a moment gone wrong, something emotional, something heavy. And while nobody knew for sure, one thing was clear. The Harris family was hurting. The kind of hurt that shakes the entire world around you. And let's be real, King has been in the spotlight for a while now. We saw him go viral with arguments. We saw him on live talking tough, talking big, trying to prove he wasn't just a kid from a celebrity house. He tried to show he had street in him, that he knew real life. But sometimes life tests you in ways you never saw coming. Sometimes the things you brag about, the things you play with, the things you think you're ready for, they come back harder than you expected. And now instead of laughs and jokes, instead of internet debates, we see fear, we see tears, and we see a family that would give anything just to hear his voice strong again. And this is where it gets emotional, because T.I., who has always been tough, always been in control, suddenly said something that broke millions of hearts. In a quiet voice full of pain, he said, "I love him through whatever he's going through. I don't wish this on him." That is not a rapper talking. That is not a celebrity talking. That is a father praying for his son. Tiny stood by him, crying, shaking, praying like a mother who just wants her baby safe. And while the world watched, the Harris home felt like a battlefield between fear and hope. Fans began holding their breath every time someone in the family posted something. Every little silence online felt scary. Every message felt like a prayer. And if you think this is just celebrity drama, you're wrong. This is real family emotion. Anyone who has a child, anyone who has a sibling, anyone who loves someone deeply, you feel this story in your soul. It doesn't matter if you are rich or not, famous or not. Pain like this doesn't care about status. It hits everyone the same. And what made it even heavier is the fact that people online started making jokes, started talking wild, started doing what the internet always does, turning pain into entertainment. But this time people pushed back. Fans said, enough, this is a child, this is someone's son, this is real life. And yes, King is grown now in age, but to Tiny, he will always be her baby boy. To T.I., he will always be that little kid he held in his arms. Even Zanique, her older sister, tried to hold strong, but you could see the sadness in her posts. Damani, who usually stays silent and stays away from drama, showed support in his quiet way. And little Eris, still a child, probably didn't even understand fully, only that her big brother wasn't okay, and mommy and daddy were hurting. That alone breaks your heart. And as all of this was happening, rumors started flying everywhere. Some said King had gotten into something dangerous, some claimed he had enemies, some whispered about a setup. And while there's still no clear truth there, one thing is certain: the family is fighting against fear, confusion, and pain while trying to protect their son and stay strong in the middle of chaos. And here's something that will stick with you. T.I. looked straight at reporters with tears building in his eyes and said words that nobody expected to hear from him. "I just want my boy to live." Imagine the world seeing a man who always seemed like nothing could break him, suddenly begging God for one thing: his child's life. And you know what makes this moment more intense? It reminds us that no matter how strong a family looks on TV, no matter how much money they have, no matter how many awards or trophies sit in their house, when life hits, it hits us all the same. And pain does not care about fame. Before we go further, let me say this: stay with me till the end. Because as this story unfolds, there are moments of heartbreak, moments of hope, and moments that will show you what real family strength looks like, and you do not want to miss the ending. And just when it felt like the pain could not get heavier, something unbelievable happened inside that hospital room. A nurse who had been caring for King since the first night walked out with tears in her eyes. Reporters rushed towards her, cameras flashing, shouting questions, but she did not answer. Her silence said more than any words could. People online began saying that the staff was being told to stay quiet, that someone higher up did not want the truth to come out, and that only made the world demand answers even louder. Inside the waiting room, Tiny held her youngest child, little Eris, close to her. Eris didn't fully understand what was happening, but she could feel the fear. She kept whispering, "Mommy, when is Bubba waking up?" Those words broke her again and again. Damani, Zanique, Major, and Messiah sat near their father, trying to stay strong, each of them fighting tears, each of them holding on to one thing: hope. They were a family that always laughed together, argued together, and loved each other loudly. But now silence wrapped around them like a heavy blanket, and all they could do was pray. And then suddenly a door opened, a doctor stepped out. Everyone stood up fast, hearts racing. The doctor looked tired, shaken, like someone who had fought a long battle inside those walls. He spoke softly. He said King had made a small improvement, not enough to celebrate, but enough to hold on, enough to keep fighting, a whisper of life. That small news hit the family like sunlight in a dark room. Tears rolled again, but this time mixed with a little hope. And right here, I want you to stay with me till the end, because what happens next will leave you shocked. You do not want to miss a single second. Now, outside the hospital, Atlanta was turning into something powerful. Fans played T.I.'s music. People were dancing, crying, praying, lighting candles. One group held a speaker playing "Live Your Life," and you could hear their voices echoing, "Don't let nobody bring you down." It felt like the whole city was refusing to give up on King. TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. Clips of King laughing, King joking around, King rapping, King living his young life. They filled every screen. The world was remembering him not as the boy in a hospital bed, but as the boy who dreamed loud and lived bold. But even with all the love, fear did not leave, because whispers kept coming, one after another, that someone inside the prison gave an order, that King had been warned days before, that this was not a random attack. And every single rumor made the situation darker. Rival names got thrown around, old feuds, old enemies, street voices, industry secrets. People asked if someone went after T.I. through his son, someone who wanted to send a message, a deadly one. And every time someone asked, the silence from officials felt louder. T.I. stepped outside again, but this time he did not raise his voice. He just stood there for a minute looking at the sky like he was begging for strength. Reporters shouted questions, but he didn't respond. His voice finally came out in a shaky tone, just loud enough to hear. "I will not have my son be a headline. He will not be a hashtag. He will come home. Those words spread like fire online. People reposted them everywhere, writing, "We stand with the Harris family." Even celebrities started speaking out. Friends from the industry, actors, rappers, athletes, they all posted prayers. But a few stayed quiet, and the internet noticed.
Meanwhile, in the hospital hallway, Tiny held King's hand as machines hummed beside him. His face looked peaceful, but everyone knew a storm had hit his body. She whispered over and over, "You are strong. Come back. We need you." Those words broke every nurse walking by. They saw pain, not of fame, but of a mother fighting to keep her child alive. Domani sat near the bed, his head down, writing something in a notebook. Maybe lyrics, maybe prayers. Major held on to King's arm, refusing to leave. Zonique wiped away tears. Messiah stood by the window staring out, trying to be the strong big brother, even though his heart felt like it was shattering. And listen, right here, stick with me, because what you're about to hear next is where things flip again. The story takes a turn, and you need to be here for it. So stay. Watch this till the end. You won't believe what comes next. Just when the family tried to breathe again, a loud alarm went off inside the room. Nurses rushed in. Tiny held her breath. T.I.'s heart almost stopped. King's heart monitor spiked, fast, then slow, then fast again. Every second felt like a lifetime. Doctors moved quickly, calling out orders. And then, silence. Not from the machines. They kept beeping, but from everyone watching. It was like time froze. And right when it felt like the world was breaking again, King's heartbeat steadied. A miracle in the middle of madness. A nurse whispered, "He is fighting." That spark of hope came back like fire. T.I. closed his eyes and held Tiny. The family exhaled. Fans outside cheered. It was a moment nobody expected. A moment that reminded everyone that life doesn't always give up. But even with this hope, one thing stayed clear. Someone did this. And the truth is still hiding in the shadows. The cameras failed. The guards froze. Witnesses disappeared. Too many coincidences. Too much silence. And you already know, when silence gets this loud, something big is being covered. The family may be praying right now, but trust me, they are also preparing. Because once King wakes up, and yes, fans everywhere believe he will, the truth is going to hit the world hard. And if you think this story is done, it's not even close. There are voices coming forward. There are files being looked at. There are names being whispered. The truth is building like a storm. So stay with me, because in the next moments, we're going to break down the shocking things that surfaced right after this moment, and you will want to hear every word. Don't go anywhere. The story is far from over, and you need to hear what comes next.